Hi and welcome to this edition of Renovation Time. While we're in a kitchen renovation, and up to this point we've ripped the existing kitchen out. We've drywalled basically all the walls. We've did some repairs to the ceiling, put some plywood floor down, took the old flooring out, and we're getting ready. We're just finishing painting now. We've had Benny in here painting for us, and she's almost done. Within the next couple hours she should be done painting. And then flooring goes down, and then we have the cabinets coming in on Monday. So first thing in here, this is an old farmhouse, so it's very, very old. You know what, structurally it's very, very sound, but we wanted to keep with the integrity of what was in here. So we didn't want to completely gut the kitchen and get rid of all the old material that was in here. So one thing is the chair rail that was on the wall. So originally, and you can see here, Benny's paint bus says don't paint below this line. So the chair rail is going back on. So this is an opening that we put in, and they wanted something like a china cabinet, but they didn't want it to encroach into the room. So what we did, we basically cut this out into the opening of the house and drywalled it, and Barry's building us a custom cabinet to go in here. So it's going to be something, there's actually electrical, the electricians were in, we're going to have electrical in it as well. So you'll be able to have puck lights in there, and it'll be more of a showpiece unit, but it's flush with the wall. So it's a great idea if you have the room to do this. It doesn't take up any space, and when it's finished it's going to look spectacular. The other thing is they're going to put their kitchen table was here so originally, so we're going to put it back in here for them. And then the layout of the kitchen basically goes around this way, with cabinetry starting over here, running through with our stove here, dishwasher, and our fridge. So and then of course, always like always, you want your sink basically below the window. So we're still going to keep with that, and that's originally where it was. The other great thing in here, all the plumbing was updated at some point, which is nice. So we just have our copper coming up through the floor, then we have our stack running up, and the electricians have added some plugs because you can never have enough plugs in a kitchen, and modified a couple of them. So when you're doing a farmhouse renovation like this, you want to try to remember if you can reuse some of the material or as much as you can. So in this case, it was plaster walls that weren't in great shape. So we've re-drywalled the walls so we can have a nice smooth finish. The ceiling is all done in pine. So we've reused as much of it as we could, but we did end up having to replace some of it. But really we sourced it out and we found something that was very, very close. So once it's finished, once the crown molding goes on, it's going to look tremendous, and you really won't be able to tell that it was replaced. So as for the chair rail, as you can see, the thickness of this original is very thick. It's not like what you would purchase now, and you want to try to keep with the history of the building. So we're able to reuse this, put it back on. So once the kitchen goes in and we're finished that part, we'll basically put all the wainscoting chair rail back on, and the kitchen will be finished. We'll do some baseboard and that type of thing. So when you're doing these type of renovations, there's a lot of things you can encounter, so you want to make sure that you're prepared for them. And really, as I always say, try to think about all the things that could go wrong through the renovation prior to starting, so that you're prepared for them when they do happen. And again, you can think of every one of them, but another one or two are going to creep up through the actual process. So once the kitchen goes in, we'll get you back here and we'll actually take a look at the finished product. So that'll do it for this edition of Renovation Time, but until next time, be safe and have fun.
Renovation Time is brought to you by Anden Kitchen and Bath Center. Come talk to the people who know kitchens and bathrooms. Anden Kitchen and Bath Center.